Catherine and Liam Milburn had always been drawn to history, though they never expected to become a part of it. When they bought their home in the quiet town of Southwick, England, they were enchanted by its charm. An old semi-detached house that once served as the village post office. The home had a timeless feel, the kind of place that carried whispers of stories long past. It wasn't just a house to them, it was a piece of history. But what they didn't know was that buried beneath their feet was a secret waiting to be unearthed. A relic from a time when the world was at war. For 3 years, life was peaceful. Catherine and Liam settled in, had 2 children, Noah and Florence, and spent their time making the house their own. The garden, however, remained untouched. An old dilapidated summer house stood in the corner, its wooden frame rotting, its once charming windows now clouded with dust and time. It had been there since they moved in, and with so many other projects inside the house, they never prioritized it. But one autumn afternoon, with the children at their grandmother's house, they finally decided it was time to take it down. As they worked, pulling away the warped wood, Catherine noticed something unusual beneath the structure. The floor didn't feel right. It wasn't just packed earth like the rest of the garden. There was something solid beneath, something unnatural. "Liam," she called, frowning as she kicked at the ground, "come look at this." Liam wiped his hands on his jeans and walked over. Together, they cleared away the remaining debris, revealing a large concrete slab. It was unlike anything they had seen before in a garden. Confused but intrigued, they kept digging, exposing steel bars and what looked like corrugated iron sheets. Liam's brow furrowed. "This isn't just a foundation," he murmured. "This is something else." Excitement and curiosity coursed through them. Was this some sort of hidden storage? A cellar? As they dug further, they found what appeared to be a rusted hatch, partially buried under years of dirt and debris. With their hearts pounding, they worked to pry it open. The metal groaned in protest, its hinges stiff with age, but finally, with a loud creak, it gave way. A gust of stale air rushed up to meet them. Catherine took an instinctive step back, while Liam shone his flashlight down into the dark space below. The beam of light revealed a ladder, rusted but still intact, leading down into a cavernous area. "Oh my God," Catherine breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. Liam hesitated only a moment before carefully descending the ladder, his flashlight bouncing off the damp walls. "It's a tunnel," he called up. "A long one." Catherine's breath quickened. A tunnel beneath her home? It was both exhilarating and terrifying. She wasn't sure if she wanted to go down, but she also couldn't just stand there. Gritting her teeth, she followed him. The air inside was thick, carrying the unmistakable scent of earth and time. The walls were lined with corrugated iron, reinforced with beams, and as Liam moved forward, the tunnel seemed to stretch endlessly ahead of them. Catherine's mind raced. What was this place? Why had no one told them about it? Then, after walking nearly 100 meters, they reached an opening. And there, standing before them, was something neither of them could have imagined. A massive underground bunker. It was like stepping into a time capsule. Dust floated in the air as their flashlight beams flickered over old wooden crates, rusting metal shelves and glass jars covered in decades of grime. The bunker was larger than they could have ever expected, with multiple rooms branching off from the main chamber. Catherine swallowed. "This is incredible." Liam nodded, his eyes scanning the walls. "This has to be from World War II." And it was. As they carefully explored, they found remnants of the past. Documents yellowed with age, ration tins that had rusted shut, and even a set of uniforms folded neatly on a shelf. In one corner, an old wooden desk sat beneath a military map pinned to the wall, its edges curled and fragile. Then, Catherine found something that sent shivers down her spine. In a locked metal box, hidden beneath a pile of tattered blankets, were documents marked Top Secret. Their hands shook as they carefully unfolded the fragile pages. The papers detailed military operations, submarine locations, and coded messages, plans that had never been seen by the public. Liam let out a low whistle. These documents, they could have changed the war. Catherine's mind reeled. Had this bunker been used as a secret command post? Had spies or high-ranking officers once gathered here, whispering about missions in the dead of night? Why had it been forgotten? The most chilling discovery, however, was yet to come. As they ventured deeper, they reached a small, sealed-off room. The door was thick and reinforced, unlike the others. It took all of Liam's strength to force it open. And inside, remnants of a life. A small cot, a tattered diary, personal belongings that had been left untouched for decades. Someone had lived here. Someone who had been hiding. The diary's entries were brief, hurried, and full of desperation. "They're closing in. I don't know how much longer I can stay hidden." Catherine's hands trembled as she turned the pages. The final entry was chilling. "If someone finds this, I tried. I really tried." Liam looked around, his jaw tight. They spent weeks carefully documenting everything, reaching out to local historians and preservation groups. Experts confirmed that the bunker had been built as a wartime shelter, likely repurposed for covert operations. The documents were sent for analysis, the diary given to researchers, and soon the world would know the secrets buried beneath their home. But some secrets remained unsolved. Who had written the diary? What had happened to them? Had they escaped, or had they been left behind, forgotten like the bunker itself? The answers, perhaps, would never be found. But as Catherine and Liam stood in their garden, looking at the entrance to the underground world they had uncovered, they knew one thing. History had chosen them to tell its story, and they would ensure that the past was never forgotten.